This is ScapeIRL, my hardcore Iron Man where anything I do in-game, I must also do in real life. That means anytime I spend training a skill in-game, I must also train its real-life equivalent for at least the same amount of time by the end of the episode. That also means that any in-game quest or activity that I do, I must do its real-life equivalent by the end of the episode. The purpose of this series is to see how RuneScape can be used to achieve real-life goals and progress. Thanks for tuning in. Alright, we are back. Now in the last episode, we got to level 13 fishing, level 19 cooking, and completed Cook's Assistant. Now between episodes, I went ahead and got some hardcore Iron Man armor from the Iron Man tutor, as well as a training shield and sword from the melee combat tutor. Because today, we're going to be starting off by killing goblins for some strength XP. We'll do this for about an hour, probably. That's something that's going to be pretty consistent throughout this series. I'm going to try to do all my in-game training in increments of either 30 minutes or an hour. That'll just be easier for me when it comes to tracking how much time I'll have to spend doing the real-life equivalent. Now, I have a full inventory of shrimp that I caught and cooked in the last episode. I probably won't need this many for this inventory. I will be picking up all of the bones and banking them. Now, I won't be burying them right away because I want to make sure I can track exactly how much time I spent training prayer. That's going to be something interesting about this account, is that there's going to be a lot of small things like that you would do without really thinking of on a regular account, such as burying the bones of a creature you kill, that I'm not going to be able to do because I wouldn't be tracking exactly how much time I spent doing the skill. Alright, there's the first goblin kill, which means our first set of bones. I want to thank you guys for your contributions in the comments on the last episode, because I've come to a conclusion that in order to train thieving in real life, I'm going to be doing some lock picking. A lot of people commented that this is what I should be doing, but the first person to do it was Damien8453. Now, if you have any ideas for the real life equivalent of any skill, feel free to drop a comment and maybe I can use that idea. Something that I put in the description of the last episode was the idea that I would have to do some real life challenges to both unlock certain bosses as well as unlock level 99s. So feel free to drop a comment if you have any ideas for those. Now these kills are really slow right now, but we should be getting level 2 strength here in a second. We started killing the goblins at 145 Jagex HQ time, so at 245 is when we'll stop. First hit on this goblin should give us level 2 strength. Yep, there it is. There's level 3 strength, level 4 strength. There's level 5 strength, level 6 strength, and a combat level. Alright, we're done with our first inventory. We got a bunch of bones, as well as some runes, and some coins. Hopefully we get enough to buy an iron sim. There's level 11 HP, level 7 strength, level 8 strength, level 9 strength, level 10 strength. Just got level 12 HP, and there's level 11 strength, which gives us a combat level. Level 12. Just got done with another inventory. I'm going to bank everything, but I'm going to take out 122 coins because there's a purchase we need to make that'll speed up the kills a bit. Alright, I just paid the 10 coins to get through the Al-Kharid gate. I'm headed to Zeke, and for 112 coins, I'll be purchasing an iron scimitar, which should speed up the kills by quite a bit. There's level 13 strength. We just got an interesting drop. It's a beginner clue scroll. Let's see if we can do this first step. Yes, we can do this step. It's going to be pretty easy, actually, being in Lumbridge. I'm going to wait the 7 minutes until we're done killing the goblins first, though. Level 15 strength. Ooh, we get an upgrade on the last kill of the trip. This bronze square shield actually is a slight improvement over the training shield. Okay, the hour's up, which means I'll have to train strength for an hour at the end of the episode. Also, we got a level 15 strength, got a decent bit of bones, some coins, some runes, an air talisman, but let's go ahead and take out this beginner clue scroll and complete this first step. Well, this is unexpected. I'm not really sure what to put this lamp on. My instinct is rune crafting just because that might be the hardest one to train in real life, but I'm gonna have to think about this. Also, I'm in the Lumbridge Castle basement because I need the leather boots for the clue scroll step. Alright, let's see what the next clue step is. I'm hoping it's not Charlie the Tramp. And of course it is. If it's something like leather chaps, I'm going to have to drop the clue scroll just because I can only get those by getting level 18 crafting, which I'm not going to be doing in real life this episode. And of course, there it is. Alright, I'm over here at the Draenor Rooftop Agility course. I'm going to be training agility for about 30 minutes. I've also decided to use the lamp that I got from the genie on Slayer, just because that's going to be a slow skill no matter what, especially since I'm going to have to do some real life slaying, whatever that means. I'm hoping to get to at least level 15 agility from this. This early on, agility is actually pretty fast of a skill compared to other skills. Of course, that changes as time goes on, but this should be a lot faster than the fishing and the strength training that I've done. The first lap gets us to level 2 agility, level 3, skipping ahead to level 5 agility, level 10, 10 minutes in, level 15. We got to level 18 agility after the 30 minutes, which means we'll have to train it in real life for 30 minutes at the end of the episode. We're back to fishing. I want to get to level 20 so I can start fly fishing. Alright, we're about 38 minutes in. I just got to level 20 fishing, which means I'm going to head to Port Sarim and grab a fly net, as well as a bunch of feathers, however many I can afford. Just got a free strength pot. Alright, so we're here at the shop. I already bought the fly rod and some feathers, but I also grabbed some anchovies to sell to the shop, which will give me enough to buy a full pack. So we'll definitely have enough feathers to finish up this hour. Each trout will be giving me 50 XP, so our XP rate will be going up by quite a bit. We just got 2 really quick levels. We just got done fishing for the hour, so we'll have to fish for 1 hour in real life at the end of the episode, and in the last 14 minutes we got 4 levels from fishing for trout. We have a lot of cooking to do. We're going to start with the shrimp first and slowly work our way to the trout. 5 minutes in and we've already gained 5 levels. We're going to wrap up the cooking in about 11 minutes. We got 8 levels, which is pretty good. So at the end of the episode, we'll have to do 11 minutes of cooking. We're going to be trying to do a quest in every episode. In this episode, it's going to be Restless Ghost, which means I'm going to have to do Restless Ghost in real life, whatever I decide that is. It's going to be the nice thing about this series is the creativity involved in doing the real life versions of all these quests. After talking to Father Eric and starting the quest, you have to go to this guy in the swamp in his little hut, and he's going to give us a ghost speak amulet. Alright, we're back in the graveyard in Lumbridge. Essentially, this guy's remains are complete because his skull's missing, so we have to go find his skull so that his soul can be released. Alright, we're beneath the wizard's tower because that's where the guy's skull is. We have to watch out for this skeleton, but we can just run away from him. We don't actually have to fight him. I brought food just in case, which I will not need that much. Alright, we got hit once, but that's okay. Alright, I'm going to teleport back to Lumbridge to finish the quest. Alright, we're going to go ahead and use this guy's skull on his remains, which will allow his spirit to be freed. And that's the end of the quest. It's a really short one. This will give us a good bit of prayer XP to start off. We should be getting to level 9 because we get 1,125 prayer experience. And yep, there it is. So that's a good starting point. So that's the last thing that I'm going to be doing in-game for this episode, which means it's time to discuss all the things that we have to do in real life. Because everything we've done so far, we have to also do in real life. We need to train strength for 60 minutes, train agility for 30 minutes, train fishing for 60 minutes, train cooking for 11 minutes, and finally we're going to have to complete the real-life equivalent of Restless Ghost. Alright, so right into the strength training in real life. I started off by doing some deadlifts. I did 5 sets of 3 reps with 535 pounds. Strength training is the one thing that I'll have no issue matching my in-game play. After this, I went into squats. I did 405 for 5 sets of 5. And then finally, as God knows I need it, I did half raises till failure on each leg for 5 sets. Hey guys, so the next thing on the list is 30 minutes of training agility. And for that, I'm just going to go on a 30-minute run. Agility training is going to be more than just that. It's not just going to be going on runs every time. It'll get more fun than that, but for today, we're just going to go for a run. So I'll see you at the end of the run. Alright guys, just got done with 30 minutes of agility training. It was actually like 34 minutes. I'll put it on the screen now, but I think it was 3.56 miles. So yeah, pretty good run. Agility training complete. Now off to some fishing. Alright guys, I'm now at the lake, have an hour of fishing to do, so I'm just gonna get right into it. A little smallmouth bass, a little tiny one. And I was just thinking, there's probably a bunch of people that have played RuneScape and have gotten 99 fishing in game, but have never caught a fish in real life. So if you're one of those, drop a comment, because I'm curious if that's true. Now moving on to cooking. This is something that I do every day, and I'm always gonna overshoot whatever goal I set. The 11 minutes was way surpassed, but I'll show you the one meal that I liked the most today, which was a pork tenderloin, which was pretty good. So for Restless Ghost, I'm here at the cemetery where most of my family's buried. And what I've decided to do is come to my uncle's gravestone, where he and his wife were buried, and I'll be tidying it up. I'll be trying to scrub off everything that's growing on it, kind of tidy up the weeds near it, and give it a good scrub down, make it look nice and pretty. Alright, so after a few minutes, gravestone's nice and cleaned off. All the stuff on the top is gone now. Weeds are pulled up. And I think that if you have a family member who you really loved while they were alive, maybe spend some time caring for them after they've passed, and take time to make their memorial look nice and pretty. I think they deserve it. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this episode. If you have any ideas for what you want me to do in the next episode, go ahead and leave it in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, and if you want to see the next one, I'd really appreciate it if you'd subscribe. Thanks for watching.